left to go but up.
What's going on YouTube? Dannydecks here. We are back with more Legends of Runeterra content. Before we get into the deck, I just want to say a couple things. Basically, I'm not too happy with the meta at the moment. I am not really enjoying creating decks and playing ladder as much as I normally would. I mean, I still love the game. It's not like I hate it or anything. It's just RNG feels out of control. Normally in card games, I like my RNG to be limited to my draws, and with all of the stuff that generates random stuff, I feel like a lot of my games are being decided by, something out of my control, and it's not good, especially with Bandle City being so prevalent. Not always Bandle City. It's stuff like Pantheon. Pantheon generating random keywords is really... it's whack. It's like, did he hit Spell Shield? Guess I lose. Scout Elusive? Guess I lose, right? Like, it's stupid, and I hate it. The other thing is, because there's not really good removal going on, or in the game in general, you don't get to come back, and that makes the randomness of your draws even more heavily weighed, and I don't like that. A good comparison would be like Magic. So in Magic, removal is extremely cheap and efficient. So you can come back on the board, right? You have turn 4 board wipes, or ruinations, essentially, on turn 4 in Magic, and that lets you be able to come back into the game. You have stuff like, 1 mana kill a unit that costs 2 or less. Stuff like that. 1 mana bounces, and it lets you actually play the game, whereas here it's like, am I playing a region like PNZ? If I am, I lose to Pantheon, because if my removal is all PNZ based, then I just straight up lose to Faded. But let's just say that's okay with us. You're still at the mercy of draws, and it's still not even enough with all of the Swarm decks going around. Like, okay, I spent 2 mana to Mystic Shot, and my opponent played 3 units this turn. It's just absurd. So removal is just really, really bad, and since removal is so bad in this game, it makes it so that your early draws basically determine the outcome of the game. I think a lot of my matches that I've been playing recently are primarily just randomness, quite honestly. It doesn't feel like my decisions are impacting a lot of these games. It feels like what I draw or what my opponent decides that he wants to generate randomly is going to be a bigger outcome. Good example, I played against Swain Nar the other day. It's not in the video, but I played a Swain Nar match, and he had 6 flocks. Concologist got him, a couple copies of Flock. That feels really bad. Another game I had, a Concologist got Noxian Guillotine and killed 2 of my dragons when I was going to kill my opponent. So, yeah, just doesn't feel good. Anyways, that's whatever. I just think the game's not competitive at the moment. That's my opinion. I think it's too random to be competitive, and if you really want to take this game seriously and be competitive at it, I just think it's kind of a farce. Like, let's be real here. Randomness does not make good competitive games. It is a fun game. It is a good game. I just think that if they want it to be a competitive game, they need to figure out a way to deal with RNG basically determining who wins or loses in a large majority of them. That stuff out of the way. Let's get into today's deck. So, today I am playing Zedlusives. Basically, this is just Elusives with Zed. I had a lot of fun playing this deck. I actually like this archetype, and I think this is one of the fewer archetypes that are still prevalent in the meta that has a lot of skill expression, and there's a lot of good decisions to be made. Very difficult deck to play, and it has some very glaring weaknesses. Now, there are, there's always, no matter what deck you play, there's always going to be decision making, and there's always going to be, like, player skill involved. I'm not saying that there's no player skill. I'm just saying that it just feels like there's less of it, and every patch, or not patch, every, like, expansion, they're just creating less and less of it. It's hard to explain. It just feels very weird. The game went from when I started playing in the early beta to being totally, like, skill expressive and, like, such a high skill cap game to just slowly turning into, rock, paper, scissors. Don't like it. Anyways, this deck actually feels really good. In terms of success with it, I think the biggest thing holding it back is its weakness to Scouts and Darkness. Those 2 decks are really good against it, and because they're pretty common, it really holds the deck back. The deck is good against pretty much everything else, or it at least has a good shot, and the aggro. The Ziggs Gnar aggro is very good against this deck as well. So those 3 decks, which the aggro one is not so common. Darkness is like medium common, and Scouts is very common. So because those 3 decks are good against us, I mean, it's not like an 80-20 or anything, but they're good. And if you play a lot of games, and that's what the majority of you run into, you're going to have a bad time. However, if you run into the Yordle Arms deck, this is good against that. If you run into Faded, this is amazing against Faded. And if you run into pretty much everything else, this is actually good against it. So really depends on what you face, if you want to play this deck or not. Overall, a lot of fun, very high skill cap deck. So I thought I'd play it and I'd feature it. We're running 3 copies of Droplet. Droplet is an elusive unit. It draws us a card in combination with our bounce spells. So we're playing it. Ranger's Resolve. Well, you could run more of this. This card actually does help shore up our weakness to stuff like Scouts and Darkness, basically letting us negate some of the ping damage that goes around. So this could be an inclusion you want to add more of if you'd like. The Mourned, running 3 copies. This lets us get early chip damage in. This also lets us level up Ahri pretty quickly. And it's an elusive unit, so running it. Ahri, pretty straightforward. Ahri is looking to bounce stuff, level up, and potentially close out games if she levels up. There's a couple of good bounce targets in the deck, being Droplet, potentially Constipator, as well as our, Concussive Palms and Silence. So there's not an insane amount like the Ahri Cannon deck where we're looking to bounce everything, but Ahri overall does a good job, and she's solid in the deck. Greenglade Duo. This is not a card you ideally want to bounce, but I found this card pretty good, and I like the skill expression that this card gives you. The way that you can maximize its damage by, playing it and then playing your units, or just planning how you want to play in future turns when you have the attack token with your mana and the ability to maximize this. It also synergizes well with Zed because Zed will generate an extra unit. The weakness of this card, obviously, is that it has 1 health, so you gotta be careful with it. However, it can deal a ton of damage. If you get it big in Rally, this card will just blow games out, just blow people out. Navari Constipator, basically he bounces stuff, and he's an elusive unit, so we're playing him. 2 copies of Nopeify. Nopeify helps us keep our stuff safe. It helps a little bit against Darkness because you can Nopeify Darkness. There are some interesting interactions that this has as well, like Targon's Peak, which is like fairly non-existent. But yeah, Nopeify just hits a lot of stuff currently. So we're running 2 copies of it. Sharp Sight, protect our stuff, also doubles as deal more damage. Twin Discipline, same idea, protect our stuff or deal more damage. Zed, now in every matchup, you pretty much want Zed. The matchup you don't want Zed is Faded. Faded is not good for Zed. He really can't attack into them. Their units are too big for him, so we do have a really good matchup against Faded anyways. Just keep in mind, if you're playing against a Pantheon-type deck, you don't want Zed. Throw him away. He's not going to really help you all that much. But basically, yeah, you attack in with Zed. And the other thing to note is Zed's signature spell actually is very good in this deck. So being able to recall an ally and replace it with a Living Shadow is amazing. You can recall stuff like your Droplet, or you can even use it to get more damage. So let's say you're attacking in with your Droplet, or, a bunch of stuff. You could use the Living Shadow on the Droplet. You draw the card, and your Droplet will now do 3 damage instead of 2. And because of the way that it works, they've already declared blockers, which means they won't end up blocking it, and it will progress Zed's level. So Zed's signature spell actually works really well in this deck. And it's not like we're running it by itself, but it is something to know that it synergizes with what we're doing. 2 copies of Palm. We need to be able to stun stuff, just in case you run into any OTKs. This helps against Gnar. It also generates us a unit, which is a good thing to recall as well. I like having the control side of Ionia, which is why I didn't lean into the super hyper aggressive elusive type stuff. I prefer to play a slower game plan, as I said earlier. And while our game plan isn't like, snail's pace slow or anything, I just enjoy having the control tools to be able to actually interact with my opponent. So we're running 2 Palms, 2 Denies. Denies there to stop Yordle in arms as well as anything big. Deny catches everything. It hits skills as well. It's a great protection tool, but as I said, most importantly, it's there to stop Yordle arms, as well as potentially Pantheon Rally, although we're not too worried about that due to the fact that we have our Concussive Palms and our Homecomings, which I'll get to in a sec. 3 copies of Golden Aegis. We're playing Zed. We're playing Elusives. You play Golden Aegis, right? Like, you rally. The whole idea is you attack them, and then you attack them again, and they're dead. Now, our board could be something really small and get a lot of damage in, right? Like, you could have, like, let's say 2 duos and a droplet. It's 5 damage, right? 5 damage, you rally, 5 more. That's 10 damage in a turn. It's not that unrealistic to think that your opponent has already been chipped down by the point that you do this, and that's not even like I was just, giving a huge board state. That's like a pretty small board state. It just shows you that. With Elusives, if your opponent can't really block them, you can rally and get an insane amount of damage in. Homecoming kind of disappeared from the meta, quite honestly. I guess Ionia in general did, for most part. Homecoming's still good. It is a busted card before, and it still seems pretty busted to me. In combination with Droplet or obviously anything else, you bounce stuff, it progresses Ahri's level, and it's a good way to delay things. This also has the added benefit of stopping Bandletree by a turn. I guess it depends on when you do it, but ideally you would do it when they have less than 5 unit mana, and you can get yourself an additional turn with Homecoming against Bandletree. Lets you keep stuff healthy and replay things. So Homecoming, 3 copies, really good in this deck. Last card, top of the list, Simon Thousand Tails. Simon, one of my favorite Ionia cards, maybe even my favorite. He's just cool. I like it. It feels so satisfying to play. And in this deck, he's going to buff all of our elusives on an offensive turn +1/+1, which will go a tremendous way. You can play this if you suspect a 1 mana or 1 damage board wipe coming, such as something like Withering Wail against Darkness. You can play your sign-in before they can do that, and that will stop that. It protects against pings, and it draws you cards. It's also a great bounce target. Overall, kind of a beast. Fits the deck pretty good. So, this deck is not insanely fast, but it is fast enough, and it has a lot of good matchups. But as I said, there are some bad matchups you need to be wary of. And that's it. The other thing is knowing your mulligan and knowing when to make the appropriate plays. It's a very difficult deck to play. And that just comes down to you'll have a handful of spells and you need to know what spell to use when, if you should play that spell, etc. Which means, I guess experience may vary, right? If you're good at this sort of thing, you'll find some success with it, assuming you don't run into the decks that I said earlier that are bad, that it's bad into. But yeah, so it's a great deck. Had lots of fun. If you guys enjoy it, please be sure to like, subscribe, drop a comment below. Let me know what you want me to play. Because I'm running out of ideas here, man. I'm just kidding. I was thinking about making another ultimate deck guide. And if you guys have a deck that you would like to see, let me know. That out of the way, let's get into the game. Okay, Darkness. This is like the worst matchup for us. One of them, for sure. Problem with us against Darkness is we just have no good way. I have to keep this. They just have too many pings, and none of our units are really beefy enough to deal with the pings, so it's just a bad situation across the board. I mean, I could technically Ranger's Resolve to keep this alive. I don't know how worth it that'll be. We'll have to see. Oh, okay, that's good. I'm happy to see that, actually. I mean, I guess I'll just bounce it and replay it. Like, I don't have anything else going on. My hand's pretty dead.
Hang on, Fuzzball.
Hey.
So I got the Resolve for pings, as well as Darkness, actually. Opponent could actually play Vigor pretty free right now. Not much I can do to stop it. Yeah, that's good with me. So I'm going to Nopeify that. Obviously, I need to protect my few units that I have and just hope that they can get in for damage. He's going to be doing more damage than me at the moment. Can't really do anything about it. I guess I could Palm. Palm might be worth. Still leaves me open to Nopeify or Ranger's Resolve if I need it. So this is not a bad option. Okay, it's a little bit unfortunate. I was hoping that I didn't have to Nopeify, but I have to Nopeify. I can't really just leave or let him kill my units. I do have the sign-in now, so like I've weathered the storm and I've gotten to sign-in. Not bad. I don't think I attack with everything. Maybe I do. I probably attack with Tail of the Dragon. No, you know what? I kind of want to keep that card alive so that I can recall it and stop his Ixtali Sentinel. Maybe I attack with everything. Attack with everything. Right? If I attack with everything, he'll block like this, and he'll block like this. And I'm basically trading this and putting that at 1. It's just not worth it. It's really just not worth it. Sure. I mean, Concologist strikes again. What did he discard for that? A stress defense. I wonder if he got that from Concologist as well. Maybe.
Chin up and smile.
So I am looking to win this game.
You cannot win.
Next turn. But I want to clear up his board a little bit. I don't want to take insane amounts of damage.
Oh dear.
Play out the Droplet. We have the option to recall it now. If we want, we can play Ranger's or Homecoming. We also have Ranger's Resolve for something like that. I actually want to deny this. I think denying it's better. I don't want him to heal at all. I need to get as much damage in on him as I can. So that's definitely probably worth it. Reduce his healing. And there's the Vile Feast, and we're going to reduce it again with this. Okay, so definitely not in a great spot, but might be able to get him. Maybe. Another Droplet. The question here is, does he have... I think the best course of action is to open attack, and let's see if he has anything that's going to be able to deal with me, and then I can maybe get him to spend mana and then rally plus my Elusives and get there. It's really going to come down to what he plays. So we want to rally on probably this guy, right? Because he's going to kill this in response anyways. Or maybe I don't. Yeah, maybe we'll rally like this. The only problem is if he has... Okay, so he's gonna Vengeance me. I still have enough to kill him. So I let that go.
Worth it.
I have just enough, but what are the odds he doesn't actually have a ping? Like, that's gotta be like some very, very low odds. But I have to play to them, right? Like, it's unlikely that it happens, but you never know.
The forest strikes.
Well, exact lethal. Yeah, he's got it. Group shot. Okay.
Run.
Still not that bad. It's still winnable.
Witness true.
That's a great draw. Ah, darn. Okay, well, this went from winnable to probably not gonna win.
Bring me
Oh.
darkness, sinner, and
Maybe
protect
this
from
is
the
It's a
winnable.
good thing you're cute, Viggs.
Maybe. Just maybe. Okay, I'm pretty sure I got him killed. He's dead here. Oh, no. If I rally here, that's game. Because he can darkness me for 2, sure, but gotta be dead now. Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Concentrated forgiveness.
He literally... Well, it doesn't even matter. There's nothing he can do.
Keep your distance.
He's dead. I got him. Yay. Okay, GG. Yeah, easy game. That was tight, but we got there. That's for sure. It was a very close game. Okay. Faded. So it seems this deck is, I don't know if it's ever evolving or I'm just playing the same players all the time, which I will say I have been facing the same players all the time. Like, I don't know if nobody's playing ladder anymore or what, but it's, yeah. I think if I play 10 games, I'll probably face the same person, you know, out of those 10 games, probably like easily 3 or 4 times,
For those who do not.
which is a little bit scary in my opinion. I mean, I am high on the ladder, kind of. Like,
Hey, Krabby.
I've never had that experience playing this game before. Every other time I've played LoR, every season, I constantly face different opponents. And yes, you see the same names pop up and all that, but it's been really prevalent lately.
Off on a new adventure.
Oh, my opponent has a bad hand. That's rough. I actually think I don't play anything. So I want to play all of my cards in order to buff this. So we're going to do that.
Hide for a moment.
It makes
Run
more sense
forever.
for me to try to get as much damage in as possible, especially since he's basically told me his hand sucks.
Each life
Tarek,
a
sure.
rare jewel.
Question now is, do I play Ahri or not? I think I do, because Sharpsight puts him at 5. That'll put this at 7, so Sharpsight's a little bit scary, but
More revealing questions.
Break the silence.
this lets Ahri stay safe, so I think I'll go this route. I mean, that's a lot of damage. So Hush. Okay, so
Fade
see
and
what
be
this-
gone.
I could deal an additional 6, and I actually think I want to. I think dealing the additional 6 right here is totally worth it. He doesn't really run much healing,
Hang on, Cern.
and
Slow.
I can probably get him with Elusives, which I'm going to try to do.
Shield, buddy.
But yeah, anyways, I've been facing a ton of the same people. It's not unusual to face the same opponents in Diamond, High Diamond, and Master, but not to the degree it's been happening. Okay, GG, got him. Nice. That was a quick, easy one. Okay, this... I don't know how I do against this, actually. Sivir Akshan's a very good deck. Doing very well right now, that's for sure. I could keep Homecoming and bounce his landmark. Is that ever worth it? Nah. We'll try to find ourselves a nice 1-drop. Okay. Didn't happen, but that's okay.
Gently, gently.
Yeah, it's still fine.
Watch your head.
So I actually think Ahri is the better play here.
I'll see all this world has to offer.
Mainly because he's going to be able to play Merciless Hunter next turn.
The forest
And
surrounds us.
since he's going to play Merciless Hunter, like, he might Sharpsight, actually. If he Sharpsights, I'm happy with that. I'm perfectly fine letting him get Sharp Sight out of his hand to kill Ahri. Yeah, oh gosh, that's amazing. Sure. Like, my hand is, like, garbage for Ahri anyways, so it doesn't even matter. Alrighty. But anyways, I want to protect my Greenglade duo. I'm not going to be able to do that because if he does play Merciless Hunter and attack, he's a pretty good spot. There it is. This is really, really bad news. Unless he pulls with this because he's greedy. So let's see if he's greedy or not. Kind of hoping he's greedy. That'd be great. Oh god, he's greedy. Oh no. Uh-oh. Milo's barking at the door right now. You guys must have been able to hear that. Sometimes my dog's... He's actually really funny. So sometimes he'll... I guess he dreams. He'll have like a dream that somebody's at the door. And he'll just start barking like crazy. Oh, he's such a funny animal. Alright, so obviously another Sharp Sight or a Strike spell is a very real threat. But I can't play around him. I gotta just go. My hand is not a very good hand for that. So second Sharp Sight, it's not that bad. He's blocking this one. Makes sense. I mean, his hand is not that great either. Like, he's down 2 Sharp Sights now, which is like the primary way he's going to be able to deal with my shit. And he hasn't developed a Sivir or an Akshan, so I'm okay with this. I think I just palmed this unit. Yeah, it's gotta be. It's gotta be. And then I can also just bounce my palm next turn, which will actually let me get some elusive damage going. A Droplet. Ooh, I kind of want to bounce my palm, but I also want that Droplet. I think bouncing palm is actually going to be more important. As much as I need the cards right now, that Droplet's going to give me, the palm's going to really come in clutch. Don't tell me this guy has a third Sharp Sight. Like, what's he possibly doing here? Alright, well, let's see it, man. Third Sharp Sight? No way. I refuse to believe that. It's got to be a Strike spell. Like, this has to be Concerted Strike. Or potentially single combat, I suppose. Or nothing. I'm happy with nothing. Nothing works for me. Do I rally? No, I never rally yet. I just chill. That's awesome. So, Waking Sand. Sure. So, with Waking Sand, I actually stun it right now. Second Waking Sand. Okay. Let that one through. The plan is to Homecoming. Let's see what he plays, though. Do I Homecoming Arda? Probably do. I mean, if I'm going to Homecoming something, might as well be Arda. Alright, so Concerted Strike is the best way for him to stop this. I guess alternatively I could have bounced my palm, but I do want the draw. So if he doesn't have the Concerted Strike and he has just like one single combat, I'm going to obviously Nopeify. And we can maybe kill him next turn. Not quite. Yeah, actually, it really depends. Depends on his hand, obviously. But we do have the option. Oh, that's such a good draw. Oh my goodness. I can't. I don't think I bounce palm again. I actually think I chill here. I'll pass. Okay, tree. Tresorvarium. Sure. Still pass. Broadwing. Still passing. Alright, let's try to get some elusive damage in here. Zed. Ooh. Maybe we'll play Zed. Let's see. Let's do this first. Before we think about Zed. See what our hand says. Our hand says probably play Droplets and Rally. Five. Yeah. I have 14 technically. Assuming that he doesn't somehow stop me. I have enough to Nopeify and Aegis.
Gonna find a gift
So I
for an
think
exit.
this is worth.
Right, Arda?
Think this is good. He's gonna need to stop this. And he did not stop it, which means my rally is looking great. Now I'm gonna rally on the vulnerable unit simply because if he wants to kill it, like if he's gonna kill a unit, at least that's the unit he kills. Darn. Okay. That's stinky. That's stinky. I still think I'm okay though. There's no need to play Droplet. Second Zed's not bad. This will let me, like, I actually kind of want to play Zed so that I get Zed's champion spell. He's got to pull that, okay. And then he's going to attack in. Yeah, I was going to say, it doesn't make much sense. I might as well just block this then.
Your attack is obvious.
Like, do I protect this unit? I don't know. Yeah, no, maybe. I kind of have to. Do I? Yeah, I'll let it be. I'll let it be. This is fine.
Cursed relic. Worth it. Hunt it down.
Okay, we'll slam Zed. So he's gonna have to deal with Zed now. I mean, he's got a full hand. Like, what is he possibly doing here?
Fight for the fallen.
Okay, that's fine. The only shitty part about this is if he has Concerted Strike. So Concerted Strike is bad news for me. That is actually perfectly fine. As long as it's not Concerted Strike. Well, he can't Concerted Strike, so now he needs a single combat to do something. Alright, well, we're going for it. That's a huge draw. Do I ever attack with Zed? Oh, I don't know. I think attacking with Zed might actually be a mistake here, but we have to threaten lethal. So we're threatening lethal with this. This is a tough call. We'll do it like this. We'll threaten lethal with the Zed Shadow first, and then we can decide if we want to apply anything else. Okay, so that's got to be Concerted Strike, right? Like, it's got to have one. It's a single combat. Oh no. Wowza. That's a Concerted Strike. There it is. Okay, so in that case, hold on. If I do that. So he's going to be -4 from this, technically. He goes to 7. So I should just kill this. Gonna have to try to kill this, if possible. Hopefully he doesn't have another one. I mean, he has to have stuff, right? Like his hand... There it is, 3rd Sharp Sight. Shapestone. No way he's got... Maybe he does. He might have another Concerted Strike. We'll see. But I'm in a really, really bad spot now. Well, he's got something he's thinking about doing. Second Concerted. You know what? I'm okay with that. Seems very strange considering he's just letting Zed live. I mean, I'm killing his Radiant, and yes, I am out of cards, and he's got enough health. Still has to deal with my Zed, right? Wonder what his hand is. We used one single, was that 2 Cataclysms, 1 single, 2 Concerteds. I just let Akshan hit me. Oh god.
Blood or gold.
That's bad.
I always get my
That's
share.
bad news. Don't like to see that, that's
You
for
got
sure.
a problem, I've got a price.
Okay, well I gotta just take this hit. What are the odds he has Shapestone? Like, I could technically Ranger's Resolve.
Cool iPad.
Okay, he doesn't have Shapestone. I'm Ranger's Resolving here.
In and out.
Actually, it makes more sense to
call that
Ranger's Resolve
sneaky?
this.
Not like
Alright, we are in a bad-ish spot. We need something good. That is not something good. So I'll attack with these two. I'm not going to attack with the Mourned. I want to, like, bluff. So I'm using it to bluff right now. If he blocks with Sivir, you know, good on him. I do think that blocking with Sivir would be probably bad. Like, it's a wrong... I think it's wrong in this situation. Like, I'm playing a Demacia Zed deck. He's got to assume I have something. Yeah. Okay, cool. What does he have? Hopefully not Absolver. I still don't play the Mourned. I want to keep the threat. Okay, a Broadwing. Now I guess I have to play the Mourned.
For those who do not.
I don't want to lose Zed. Zed's probably the only way I can really win this. That's annoying. Okay, so he's gonna pull Zed, obviously. Okay, I think I got this. Hopefully no Absolver.
I've got your back.
Okay, am I dead now? I don't think I'm dead, but I definitely think I'm kind of screwed.
Honor guide me.
Kind of nutty. Kind of nutty. My opponent had pretty sick draws, that's for sure. It's very... Oh, he's got Spell Shield. Okay, so let's just say hypothetically, I could have survived if I bounced like this. But I can't bounce like that because he gets Spell Shield. Okay, GG. Yeah, that was a misplay. Okay, we are facing... I'm assuming Targon's Peak, Feel the Rush. So I think we're probably pretty good against this, honestly. I don't know if I want to keep Sharp Sight here. I will keep Nopeify. Nopeify worth keeping? Nopeify's worth keeping because it can stop a Feel the Rush for free. That might be worth it. Okay, we'll hold it. We'll hold it. So, like, if he has Targon's Peak and then he plays Feel the Rush, Nopeify will actually stop that.
I bear a message from... Oh, hey, what's that? What you doing over there?
He wants to trade this. I don't want to trade that. No. Yeah, okay, I'll let a Zoe hit me. I'll let the Zoe hit me. That could be a mistake that'll cost me, but we'll find out. It was Zed. Damn, that was probably worth... It was probably worth that trade then. Then I could have played Zed.
The forest surrounds
So I'm assuming he's going to have some sort of way to stop this. Nope. Alright. I'm cool with this. Getting that draw was big for me. Happy to see it. Probably just go Greenglade this turn. Yeah, we'll go Greenglade. And then we can play Zed and Droplet and get a very nice elusive swing going. We'll start with Zed.
Pledge yourself to the shadows.
Maybe I don't play Droplet. Nah, I play Droplet. We're going greedy. Full greed mode. What is he really going to do? Maybe Avalanche, I suppose. Avalanche would be pretty bad for me. Does he run Avalanche, though? He's running Zoe, but he is also running Targons. That's a tough call. This is pretty tricky, because if he has Avalanche, it's not a good idea for me to develop.
Is it fear that stills your mind?
Welcome to
Oh,
the
he can
Dixie
still have Avalanche, though. That's insane. Okay, so then I just can't attack with Ahri. I mean, we're just gonna go about it this way. We'll be safe. We'll play around Avalanche. We'll respect it. Okay, so he's just losing a Zoe. So he does have Avalanche. It's pretty much what that tells me. He's got Ava.
Let's talk about your town. Come back next.
So he's gonna go for the Ava, and then I'll just protect the twins. Nope. Okay. Sure. Targon's Peak. I would love to see Targon's Peak here. That would be ideal for me. I could have used Ahri to bounce Zed to play around Avalanche a little bit better, but I don't think it's worth it. Okay. Do this. This is pretty non-committal, and then I can bounce it with Constipator and still have mana to protect my Zed. That means no Avalanche, which means I can actually rally. Yeah, I'm gonna rally it. We're gonna rally. Like, he might not even run Avalanche. That's the thing about this. It's like, I actually have no idea if he's running it, but I should respect it. He is playing a slow deck, and if you're playing Freljord with a slow deck, you gotta respect Avalanche. Okay, we level up Zed. That means we have a great open attack, too. Sign in, pretty decent. Alright. We are going for the open attackito. The reason I want to open attack is because if he can freeze Zed, I want him to freeze Zed after I've declared attack and I get my Living Shadow. I mean, he's dead here, so he has to do something. I'm assuming a freeze. Like, it's got to be a freeze coming out. There it is. So we will buff the Ahri. Do I go for the kill? I mean, I could very well just go for the kill here. So if I go for this kill, the only thing that's going to stop me is Hush or another freeze. I think I go for it. I think I just go. We're just going. Probably worth the attempt. Yeah, got him. Huge. Okay. I think no matter what, like, I would have been in an okay position regardless, like, even if he did have that freeze, because that's all his mana, so. Yeah, it worked out. That was good stuff. Okay, faded again. I'm wondering if somebody just, like, I guess somebody must have released a video or something that included these three champions, because I've seen this deck a lot, and it just seems to fluctuate who they're running. It was Yumi Pants for a while, and now it's got Taric. I've run into quite a few with this trio. Not sure what that's all about, but whatever. I will trade with this goat. Maybe I don't. Nah, I can't really afford to. This is a weird one. I have to.
What's another arrow?
But then if I do that, I don't get access to Homecoming.
The hunter approaches.
Maybe I just protect. Maybe this is better. Sure, we'll do it this way. Because I do need a unit. Like, if I have no units, I'm not able to really cast anything. Ah, there's a unit that I would have loved to have protection for, but I don't think he's going to have Chain Vest. I'm going to not play around Chain Vest. I'm going to attack. So if he plays Wounded White Flame, I'm not playing around Chain Vest. I'm attacking. And if he has it, you know, he has it. Please don't have it. He doesn't have it. We leveled up Zed. That's so good.
Only the worthy survive.
Now, to be fair, Zed is not actually that amazing in this matchup. So, you know, it's not like I just did something crazy here. So I'm actually going to just bank all my mana. I'm going to have to let him hit me. I need to be able to homecoming him.
Where'd we end up
Oh.
this time, book?
Huge. Okay, that's good. That's good news. This lets me play the Mourned.
I live for those who do not.
Now the question here is, do I take 7? 7 seems like a whole lot to take. Yeah, I'll take it. Alright, so
Break the silence.
gonna attack. We want to represent the fact that we could potentially mess him up, right? We want him to think that we can mess his day up, which we actually can. So do this. See how he feels about it. I'm expecting a strike spell to come out. Yep, and my only hope is that that's the only strike spell he has. If he has a different strike spell, then we probably just lose the game. Nice, got him. Huge. That's a big deal. Because now he has to replay all this shit. And in the process of doing that, I'll be able to develop Elusives and hopefully be able to kill him the following turn. Alright. Excellent, excellent. That's what I like to see. Second Zed, not bad. I could just go straight into Rally. I could play Mourned into Rally since I have 2 of them.
You've been following me?
Might be the play.
Hide for a moment.
Let's see what he
Run
does. I'll take
forever.
the 5 or whatever he's throwing at me here. Sure. And I actually do think I rally. And I'll rally on the Zed to make it even more annoying for him to deal with. So he might have another strike, which would suck. But I doubt it, right? Like he'd have to top deck it because he clearly would have used it last turn. So he's going to need another unit on the board if he wants to stop this. His own rally, but that's not enough, so I'm pretty sure that's game over. Wait, no, what am I talking about? No, it's not. It's not game over at all. Wait a minute, that's not game over at all. Wait, yes it is. Wait, is it? I'm pretty sure it is, because now I just replay Mourned and then
Nature
attack him
does
again.
not mourn. I will.
Alright, I think it's game over, but maybe not. I don't know. Well, let's see.
Forest strikes.
I think I got him. I think I got him here. Yeah, got him. GG. Huge. Okay, Udyr Akshan. This is most likely going to be Howling Abyss. I actually think that's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to make a Howling Abyss deck, I think. That'll be fun. I'll do a fun one. Make Howling Abyss. Nice change of pace. We'll keep these units. Outside of, like, board wipeage, he doesn't really have any way to interact with us, so we should be pretty good here. I actually go with Mourned.
Hide for a moment. Run forever.
Let's push as much damage as possible. Maybe he's not playing Howling Abyss, but either way, I'm probably going to make one of those decks.
Quick hands make
Oh
quick
my
work.
goodness. Stop it. Stop it right now.
I live for those who do not.
I take the 4. I think we can outrace him. So does he have... Well, let's see it.
Hide for a
I
moment.
hope he doesn't have
Run
Avalanche.
forever.
Hopefully I have a bad read on him. I'm playing into it. We're going all in into this Avalanche here.
A dull companion, more revealing
Please don't have it.
questions.
Doesn't have it.
I will mourn
Oh,
you.
that's so good. Yay. He might have, like, Troll Chant, though. Troll Chant will be good. He'll be able to kill my Ahri. Yeah, there it is. But that's okay.
Took it fair and square.
Feels familiar.
I think I'm alright with that.
We're not taking it.
3,
We're
4, 5,
taking
6,
it
7.
back. I live for those who do not.
Go to 9. I don't like that. Probably block 1. We'll block 1. That's a fair
Nature
trade,
does
actually.
not
In
know.
terms of
I will.
what we're getting done here, I think that was a good trade. Ooh, Constipator. Yes, please.
There's always a way out.
Ahri. Oh, that's actually great.
Took care to go.
Okay, so he's not
Let me
playing
do mine.
Ari.
the
What do
thingy.
you fear?
He's not playing a
Adult
Howling Abyss deck.
companion, more revealing questions. 2 steps into moonlight.
What's Ahri at? Oh, Ahri will level. Actually level Ahri right now.
Break the silence.
I will mourn you.
Alright, well, hopefully. You know what? I should have attacked with the Mourned first, in case he has another Troll Chant. This was a misplay. This was definitely a misplay. Yeah. To be fair, because he used that spell, I wasn't going to get it anyways. But still, I think that was a misplay. I should have played around the Troll Chant.
Finders keepers.
I think I'm okay though. As long as I can survive whatever turn he throws at me here, I should be... Oh my god, a third Ahri. He's gonna hate to see that. Should be alright though. Let's see what he's got. Okay, so that doesn't do anything. I'll play this.
I live for those who do not.
I do not break
Dead.
rules.
Am I dead? I don't think I'm dead. I actually think I'm
Fight for a
okay.
moment, run forever.
Step like
Pretty sure I'm okay here. That puts me at 2. Yeah. Yes, please. I'll take 2. 2's good for me. Alright, he can't rally in his regions, so I'm pretty good to open attack here.
I am Vastaya.
Ari, what do you fear?
Adult companion.
I actually think I do play Sign In though. The reason I think I play Sign In is because I want to A, draw additional cards to help me buff my stuff. And B, just guarantee my lethal a little bit more. Actually, maybe not with that rally. Got him. Okay, GG. Tight, but that's how it goes. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. If there is a deck that anybody would like me to play or feature, let me know. I was thinking about making another ultimate deck guide. If you have a deck that you would like to see featured in that regard, where I go really in depth, I show all the tech choices, the core, and I talk about it, let me know, and I'll probably get around to making it, quite honestly. I did learn a lot from the Darkness one that I did, and I have a couple of ideas that I want to implement, so I think my next one's going to be better. That out of the way, please be sure to like, subscribe, drop a comment below. Have yourselves a wonderful day. T-Dot out.